Everybody, it's Invicta. It's time for another Eat and Run here. The Binding of Isaac Victor Repentance series. Happy Monday, Mosh Pit. I hope your weekends were awesome and you had a great weekend of games and football and whatever else you enjoyed doing. We're still waiting for another video across 3,000 likes. There's a couple videos going on into the weekend that are very, very close. And of course, coming out of the weekend, it usually takes a little bit of time for the likes wave to go through. But when they do, I'll keep an eye on it and we'll get the like streak goal back up on there. Here's your meme of the day. Submitted by I'm dying here. Submitted by Rush Sky. Title of the throw was my face when Invicta forgets an unimportant item that doesn't affect the run. I saw this and just immediately started just dying laughing, as you can tell. I don't know where that screenshot was came from. I don't remember hitting anything with I think we probably had Uranus at some point, and it's just the perfect encapsulation of what I perceive people who get just uppity on YouTube. About oh my god, you didn't do this, you it's okay, that's the face I see. DJ's gonna be Bravo Tango Papa Tango Bravo 6 Zulu Whiskey. We got good damage. Great. I mean, our shot speed is absolutely nuts right now. It's also a Curse of the XL. All right, it's early enough. I think 10 coughs is enough to start off with the honeys. I'll talk about that in a moment. I had a member of the Mosh Pit reach out, and thank you, K is what they signed their email with. But K was talking about a condition that they had that was very similar to mine. And it was something to do with called silent reflux or something. So tomorrow, or I think tomorrow on Tuesday, I'm going to see my PCP and ask her what she thinks about it, because Kay put out in the email, they put out this treatment plan that they went through. They said that it killed it within a month. So I'm gonna obviously consult my doctor, and I really appreciate it. That's not the only email that I've been receiving. People obviously concerned about the cough and everything. I mean, we're back in the cough. We're back in the cough arc era right now. What is that schmoove, dude? Are you kidding me? That spider traveled all the way over here to up here. Are you? All right, whatever. Whatever. Obviously, we also start off with Esau Jr., which is definitely not worth using right now, just because we only have one passive item. So, yeah. Anyway, there's starting with Curse the XL. Most likely just lost her Devil Deal because of one schmoovin' spider. No. If we have C-section, great. If we don't, then no. And a lot of people were also pretty upset that I didn't take Mom's Knife. Instead opted for Charm of the Vampire. Mom's Knife is great with C-section. It really is. It doesn't... Unlike just regular Mom's Knife, it doesn't actually remove C-section. It just gives the babies knives and stuff. But for Maggie, I just wanted damage. We and not that Charm of the Vampire does more damage than Mom's Knife. I just didn't want Mom's Knife in that run. For this here, we're going to try to separate the barrel far enough from this corner. And then... I think what we do is we just do this over here. Do this over here. There you go. Might as well go in the curse room now. Not that this counts against the Devil Deal. Wow, 4 freaking soul hearts. Definitely take those out. But yeah. So that's not the only email that I've received over the last month or so from dealing with this crap. And I really appreciate everyone reaching out and just, showing concern. I know it's been the main conversation for the last couple of months now, or last month and a half. And I really dislike talking about anything health related, especially to tens of thousands of people a day on YouTube. But it's one of those things where I just I can't ignore that it doesn't have some kind of impact on the work. So, and what really bothers me is just the fact that people love to use these videos for sleeping. And whenever there's like constant coughing or stuff like that, it obviously it disrupts them, and I feel really terrible about that. But trust me, if at this point now, like, I'm willing to try like anything just to get rid of it. So, well, I guess we'll get a bomb here. But again, I know I keep saying it, but I really do appreciate the patience and understanding. I know that you guys and gals don't come here for, you know, for like to listen to coughs or anything, or like talking about like health related issues. Like everyone's got their own issues. No one wants to hear it in a YouTube video. But if it's something like that like greatly disrupts my work, I laughingly call work, then, you know, I think that it's only fair to at least mention it. Unfortunately, there's no sack room here. That would be great, especially with all this HP. I'm going to go back into the curse room real quick. But it's really odd because, like, if you think about honeys for a second, I mean, I'm no doctor and I have zero medical training at all. But to me, it's a little bit weird that the menthol from the honeys does seem to soothe the throat, which to me tells me that it's not gastrointestinal related, like it's not GERD or reflux or something. So, but again, I could just be flat out wrong with that. But it does seem to help out a little bit, like the cooling and everything. So I don't know. We'll figure it out as always. Talking about Esolve Jr. real quick, the reason why we don't want to use it is because obviously he only gets the amount of items that he has whenever you switch it from whatever character you have, not just necessarily Eden. So if you have like 4 items and then you decide to use Esolve Jr., you're giving him 4 random items, and that's that. So you really want to wait until you just get the last possible moment to switch over to Esolve Jr. By the way, we actually got a devil deal, which I can't believe. Game was feeling sorry for us. Get a Tears Up as well as Spectral Tears and Guppy's Collar. We're on our way. No Curse the XL, thankfully. So the magic question is, when do you use Esolve Jr.? I like to say like on average like 10 items or so is usually it, but don't take that as church. Just take that with a grain of salt. It's totally arbitrary. There's no set like time to use Esolve Jr. Like, for example, if we had really, really terrible items or really terrible stats that were just kind of an anti-synergy, it's time to get gone. Where was that demon going? We don't even have a fear effect. I don't know why I went up there. I might as well use Esolve Jr. just to see what we get. Or we could not. The reason why I'm not going to is because I don't want to accidentally take away something amazing from our item pool, because I know that I'm not going to stick with Esolve Jr. Even though Esolve Jr. is great, and we've seen Esolve Jr. save us a couple of times in Repentance, but I don't think that it's worth giving up attack flies on a relatively low damage start here. But I mean, we're doing okay damage wise. See right there, Guppy's paw, or Guppy's head just absolutely smokes rooms here whenever we need a little bit of extra damage. But yeah, I don't want to use Esolve Jr. because I essentially do not want to end up, like, for example, let's say that we ended up seeing like Brimstone and like Pentagram or something. That takes it out of the Devil Deal pool since it's on Esolve Jr., and that basically removes this. It removes 2 great items. Now, of course, it's not necessarily like guaranteed that's going to happen, but anyone who is worried about the anyone who is worried about the controversy of me taking Guppy's head over Esolve Jr. can now rest free, because I would have taken the Glowing Hourglass over both of them. It's like we have a little bit of a window here. Yeah, just going back on the YouTube thing and, you know, just talking about like IRL stuff, or, you know, just griping about stuff. Like, if anything, like, you can say what you want about me, but I always am pretty cognizant of what it's like to be a YouTube viewer, because I am a YouTube viewer. And a lot of people, you know, they tune in these videos to because they love Isaac or just to get away from, you know, issues, and that's like totally 100% like the best way to enjoy content, in my opinion. It's just like, yeah, I want to sit down, listen to content. I don't want to necessarily listen to, like, you know, this guy cough all the time or complain about stuff or anything like that. So I understand like the nature of a YouTube viewer because I am one, like I said. I just like kind of mentioning stuff just because, like, you know, there's a lot of YouTubers, in my opinion, who just don't pay attention to really what they're saying or even doing. And I mean, I might be scatterbrained and I might be forgetful and aloof sometimes. But one thing I'm never ever like, you can never say that I've ever done is just been like, yeah, I just don't care about, you know, I don't care about the mosh pit. Wow, we got another devil deal here. We get Purgatory as well as Gimpy. Yeah, I think we gotta go both here. We can't get back to the dice. We can't get into the dice room, so I'm just not even gonna bother. I was kind of hoping that we were going to get like a D4 or 4 room, I mean, but yeah. The Curse of the Lost here. Anyway, to put the subject to bed for at least this episode, again, I just want to say I really do appreciate everyone's understanding. If I could snap my fingers and just not have the cough issue ever again, I would do it. I would pay an unlimited amount of money and not ever have to deal with this again. So, but for stuff like this, like it's just proven that the Mosh Pit is just an incredible community that I'm happy to have built and I'm happy to still be a part of, obviously. So whether you're new or old to the channel, I just want to say thank you for the support and just doing everything that I do and making this possible. If it wasn't for y'all, if it wasn't for Isaac, it would be a lot different landscape over here, that's for sure. Did I get hit in this room? I think I did. Yeah, I did. Try that again. There we go. So we're still gonna get the same coin rewards, but you should never ever get hit in this room ever, especially with Purgatory. Purgatory can just yeet every single item. I mean, just every single mob in here, and it ain't no thing. There we go. Do not like how these jerks are hovering over the freaking Purgatory fissure, but I'm gonna get it anyway. So it's important for us to try to get the Purgatory damage out so it can cancel out all the death rattles from the Gaper turrets. And we're still looking for a key here. Obviously, the glowing hourglass, in case you don't know what our active item is, it is an item that will undo the last room up to 3 charges. So we've used almost all of them already, but it was definitely worth it because A, we shouldn't be losing any hearts in the in that one crawler room, and B, we shouldn't lose any in the turret room either, especially with Purgatory. Purgatory makes all the difference. So once you use all the charges on the glowing hourglass, it turns into the regular hourglass. And shout out to Curse of the Lost for definitely making up for the fact that we got an XL4 and a relatively quick full clear. Trying to make boss rush is going to be, I don't know, man. The time is creeping up, and Curse of the Lost definitely doesn't help out. Now, we're already 2 or 3 for Guppy, so we pretty much have to go in this curse room. I'm hoping that Gimpy pays out when we go in here. just because I want a soul heart and just get it back. Okay, good. We literally can't take this or we will die. So... Alright. Alrighty. And this floor just keeps on going. There's our sacrifice room, which unfortunately we can't play again because due to lack of HP. We'd have to have some insane luck for Gimpy to be paying out. And we have negative luck right now, so yeah. Probably my least favorite room in the entire game. Ball of tar. And we can at least get back into the store. Obviously, we're not going to open up that golden chest. All right, we gotta stop taking damage here. Unfortunately, we don't have the glowing hourglass anymore, so cannot undo that damage. So while we're still going through this gem of a floor, we're gonna go check out the last week's question of the episode here a little bit later than I usually like to. And the question of the episode was from the Guppy's Tale episode, talking about people freaking out about stuff that I did or didn't do. It was obviously, that was the episode where we had Guppy's Tale, and also we had the matchstick, me picking up the matchstick, and then we're getting completely wrecked by Guppy's Tale and matchstick. So obviously the question of the episode was, Guppy's Tale, is it worth the gamble? Have you ever seen it run so... Have you ever seen it run so hamstrung by it? Post them in the comments. And the number one most upvoted comment came in from Ronnie J, who said, definitely worth it with pay to play. Can be risky if you don't have a lot of keys. And yeah, I mean, you play dangerous games, you win dangerous prizes. But again, me forgetting that we have the matchstick is the biggest violation in that episode. Dude, this Curse of Loss is absolutely wrecking me. I could have swore we already found the boss room on this floor, but we've been on this floor for 5 minutes. Also, shout out Purgatory. Appreciate that. Thank you. But I think that Guppy's Tale, for me personally, this is just personally, I think at this point, under no circumstance do I ever take... I usually don't take Guppy's Tale early, especially. So that was kind of an outlier of a run. And with Guppy's Tale now, especially after that run, despite having the matchstick and whatever, I still think that it's just flat out banned, unless we're 2 for 3 for Guppy, or if we have Skeleton Key. That's just, or Dad's Key. That's just how it has to be. And even then, like, Dad's Key's not going to help you that much. So I definitely hear you on that. With it's not worth the gamble if you don't have the left hand or predetermined keys situation. So thank you, Ronnie. Second most upvoted comment came in from Legendary Ghoul, who said, you have to make sure you use your keys smartly, but I would take it in a heartbeat. And then they edited this comment that said, edit, as others have mentioned, the matchstick was not helping either. And yeah, that was that was the big oversight by me. Usually I'm pretty aware of that. The honeys ran out already. But that was just something that it was something that I overlooked because I was already in so much of a rage from having to deal with no keys for an entire run. And also, that was also a very unlucky episode as well. So we literally cannot take, can't take the Devil Deal. So yeah, not a great floor. Last but not least, we had CZH coming in who said, not worth it for me unless it completes the Guppy transformation or if you have Skeleton Key beforehand. Pretty much what I just said, so. And yeah, we successfully spent almost 7 minutes on that floor, thanks to Curse of the Lost. Pretty neat. And we are not going to make boss rush at this point, which is absolutely astounding considering that we got through floor 1 and floor 2 in less than 4 minutes. At this point, I can't undo one half-hearted damage because we're at the point now where our 5 damage is not going to be sufficient, and we have to work Purgatory pretty hard, and that's also tied to our movement speed, which, as you can tell, is not great. But Ball of Tar is definitely going to help us with this crowd control, but we just need to forget about boss rush at this point. And we need some freaking HP. Like, this is not fantastic. And also, I feel like we're probably just going to get teased for this entire run and not get Guppy. And we can take the book, hope for a soul heart. Okay. Okay. So the reverse judgment card gives us an opportunity to re-roll for certain items in the devil deal if we get one. Now, what's neat about that is that what we can do is we can re-roll with the judgment card. And then if we don't get what we want, we just simply use the glowing hourglass and just get the card back. So it doesn't matter what our HP is going in here, because if we get 9 lives, we can take it. If we don't get 9 lives, then we can go back, try to find some more HP, and then turn around, and then, you know, we know that we're going to get a double deal because it's seeded into the odds. As long as we don't die to infamy, which is, thank God we have Purgatory, because man, this is rough, y'all. This is a Monday morning quarterback episode. Our quarterback is Baker Mayfield. I mean, like, Baker did fine yesterday. You know, I still don't care for him as my quarterback. Like, it's not that I hate the dude. I just don't want him as my quarterback. So we did not get a double deal. Surprise, surprise. Not that we were going to get one. I mean, we're at the lowest possible percentage that you can possibly get one. From after getting a double deal, I mean. So, boss rush is totally dead. Yeah, it's not like I actively hate the dude. Like, I didn't hate him in Cleveland. I just never have thought that, like, he was a great quarterback. And now that he's with the Bucks, you know, he did fine against the Texans. Like, we still lost, of course, but I'm happy that we lost, because at least that means that we're one step closer to getting rid of the real problem, which is Todd Bowles. Baker's just kind of like a side casualty for that. We put some money back. Well, we shouldn't really put all of our money back, but let's get to 555. Secret might be here. Some might be here. I don't really know, because, like, yeah, just gonna get that bomb back. We should go into the curse room and check it out. Yeah, one more loss is one more step closer to getting rid of Todd Bowles. And then I can maybe start watching the Bucks again. So this does nothing for us. Oh, actually, no, it does. This gain us half of a soul heart. It actually doesn't, because obviously we have Marrow, so. All right. Well, we could look for a sack room and maybe do some shenanigans. What we can do, we still have negative luck, which is the problem. But if we do find a sacrifice room, what we could do potentially what we could do is just get some lucky payouts with Gimpy combined with Marrow, and maybe get enough to go all the way through with taps on the sack room, but that's really a stretch. I'm hoping that it happens. Trust me. I really am. You see Purgatory canceling out all the projectiles with Gluttony. Fortunately, we can't get those red hearts, so... Again, like I said, survival is the key here at this point. We don't care about boss rush. Nice shot by Purgatory, and then he goes straight in the middle of the room, so... There you go. Now, we want to go with Purgatory here, so we don't have to deal with the egglets. The tears rate is not high enough to deal with them. So I don't know if the Gimpy payout is seeded or not. It's interesting that we got a Gimpy payout there. I probably shouldn't have actually undone that because we just traded a half heart for a full soul heart. But of course, we're just looking for a sack room, and yeah, we're just you know, examining the floor in its entirety. We got a second bone heart, which is pretty good. 2 holy mantles for the price of none. You know the sack room's not going to be attached to this room here. I don't even want to be in here. I'm just not going to. All right. And there's no sack room. All right. Ooh, boy. All righty. Well, what we can do, and this is, again, kind of a stretch. What we can do is we can deliberately take damage on our red hearts and hope that we can turn them into soul hearts. This is a play that you've never seen me do before. So it looks maybe it is seeded for Gimpy payouts. And this is, I'm not going to lie, this is a kind of a big brain play here. Despite us having negative luck, we can actually gain soul hearts if we're lucky. Now, what we can't do is lose the bone heart. That is not going to be worth it. But if we have the shielding of the bone hearts here, we can potentially get a couple free soul hearts and slowly pull it back here. Of course, we have all these hearts that we can't access anyway. Go back over here. There's another couple full hearts in here. Lots of full hearts. It's gonna take a while. But if this does end up playing out the way that I'm hoping it does, we're going to look like a freaking genius, dude. Only one payout so far at Gimpy, but just converting any amount of red hearts to soul hearts right now is just huge for us. So it's going to take a bit. I don't blame you. And I also don't mind if you fast forward the video a little bit, get through this, but this is what we're kind of having to resort to here in this struggle bus. It's starting to look a little bit more struggle bussy as we keep going. If I'm hoping that we just don't get screwed and actually get guppy, and then huzzah, but I don't know, man. All right, Gimpy. Look, I appreciate the one singular soul heart, but we need you to step it up here. We're using lots of valuable time. All right, these people have lots of other better things to do right now. They want to see a better conclusion to just simply nothing here of this play. And by they, I mean me, because we need HP. Maybe this is a lucky fire. Nope. All right, well, screw me, I guess. Yeah, so we got a singular soul heart out of that. And you can't even say that, like, it's like, oh, well, you can't get a payout from a fire. Bro, we just did. All right. So we're down to the nitty-gritty here. This is my favorite 2016 dance, by the way. So what we're really looking for here, obviously, we need to get into the devil deal. We need to maintain as much money as possible so we can re-roll as much as possible. And then if we don't like what we see, we can undo We have to make sure that we go into the Devil Deal with just one charge left. At least one charge left on the Glowing Hourglass. So we don't have to worry about not being able to get our Judgment card back. We'll also mention really quickly, I think I have some groceries being dropped off here, which they may get here during this recording. They may or may not, so apologizing in advance if I have to briefly pause the recording. Of course, you all on YouTube won't notice won't notice anything, but you see the pause menu come up and then go back down. Just want to let everybody know. I will not accept that. That slowing shot traveled perfectly at the same speed of the Stony. Yeah, I guess. It is going to give us one more item room item. Oh, we missed boss rush by 5.5 minutes almost, despite getting the super short first floor and second floor. I'm happy that we have a golden key for this vault, because the vault may have red chests in it. Or not. But at least it doesn't cost any keys. Actually gain a key from that. Still looking for our item room now. Here's the only reason why I took more options is because I wanted the item room. I mean, we might as well. Like, I know I said that, but like, we need to conserve. Where are you going, Bogator? The wrong dang way, dude. I know that we just got done saying we need to conserve our money, but like, the possibility of getting a good second item is real nice. You not? What the heck? What is going? Why did Ed just destroy Florian? We don't have charming effect. I mean, we have betrayal. I guess Florian hit Ed and betrayal caused him to attack him. So left hand. I mean, honestly, left hand's probably the way to go. Especially if we end up getting Guppy's tail. Wouldn't that be some ironic-ish? If we end up getting Guppy's tail, and that gives us the Guppy transformation. Yeah, that's what happened. Yeah, you just saw Polycephalus just murk that Diglett there. Yeah, wouldn't that be again another rigged instance of us talking about an item and then just manifesting? Yeah, that's pretty terrible. I mean, I guess slipped rib, but so again, we potentially could ask for a judgment restock machine in the item room, obviously, but I just don't think that it's worth it there. You could also take a peek at this red chest, but what are the odds of the Guppy items in there? It's probably not very good. Which is funny because like the only Guppy items that we've gotten so far have been from non... Oh, no, that's not true. We got Guppy's collar. Don't listen to me. I don't know where I am right now. Yeah, we have to use this judgment card for a Devil Deal. That's the only way that this play makes sense. That being said, obviously, potentially we could have used it in the item room just to see what we got. And then if we didn't like what we saw, we just undo it and get our money back and the card. But that play is better reserved, in my opinion, for the Devil Deal. And that's where we're going to be looking right now. A little bit of a risky purgatory play there, especially since, you know, we didn't hit anything. Now, we actually have to be careful because Betrayal is going to cause Mon to target the enemies that shoot her. And we don't want to be in the crossfire there. This is a bad idea. Okay. But as you can see, our damage is not great. Really not great. Even if we get Guppy, we'd still have to get some kind of massive damage help for us. Okay, I'm starting to get at my limit of getting hit here. This damage is not good at all. Okay, that's where I draw my limit. Try this again, shall we? Get some of the rocks out of the way. I'm just going to get rid of the rocks right now. Not going to let the game dictate where I can and can't go based on the map generation. Or the room generation. Okay, Purgatory kind of bummed me out a little bit here. I think it's safe to say we're officially in Struggle Bus territory. Bro. I legit think that Balatar is actually not great for this fight right now. This is definitely the worst mom for us to get with low damage and low tears rate. Low DPS in general. But she can just keep spawning all of her ads. Purgatory would be a lot more effective against Red Mom. Okay. At this point, I don't care what the strat is. We're getting hit by some ridiculous stuff in here. That is way beyond my tolerance for amount of hits. Way beyond. Also, Gimpy, like, I know that we got low luck and stuff, but, like, if you just want to do anything right now, that'd be cool. I know that we got negative luck and all, but, like, seriously. This is hell. I will say that Balatar makes seeing where the foot is coming down extremely difficult as well. Because it's Blue Mom, she's going in every single door. So we pretty much only are limited to the middle of the room at any one point. Again, with this DPS and movement speed especially, means that we're going to get hit quite a lot. Don't know how we're not hitting that spider. The best thing is we're not even going to get a devil deal out of this. Officially, I think this is the longest mom fight we've ever done. If we count all 3 attempts, or 2 attempts, however many we've taken so far. Yeah, Bolitar is absolutely screwing us right now. I mean, it's extending the range of the spiders. Did get a double deal. There is no way in hell I'm going to be doing the lamb in this. I mean, it's four item pedestals. We have to use it here, even though we don't have the glowing hourglass. This is basically going to be our last shot at getting Guppy in my mind. The lucky soul heart here. We have to go for Guppy. There's just no other. We can get the pact. That would take us down to... That would take us down to 4 hearts. We need damage. We can't not take the pact. Backstabber's great, but not putting us down to 1 HP great. There's Guppy, but we're going to be on 1 heart. We have got to hope for 9 lives at this point. Okay, the mark's going to give us movement speed and damage. An empty vessel gives us another couple of soul hearts, so... Oh boy. This is a rough one, y'all. It's definitely rough. But now with Guppy, this gives us a much better opportunity to get our clear speed up. And obviously movement speed and a tears rate upgrade from the mark and from the pact is also huge. So we were able to weather the storm, but we are not out of the we're not in the clear yet. And just because we have Guppy does not mean that we are invincible here. Now, if we had 9 lives, then I'd feel a lot better about our situation. But make no mistake, we're still hurting. Empty Vessel, of course, is going to help us out with our survivability. I think I'm going to stick with the left hand just for the potential of soul hearts. There we go. It triggered on the 20, which means that we're going to have it on, I believe, the even. You can actually bomb the Charge Beggar for an increased amount of Devil Deal. Of course, we could also go into the Curse Room to see if we can find more Soul Hearts, which will definitely be an option, but not one that I'm not gonna use right now. We need to focus on canceling out damage before we go for gambles. Single red chest is not going to cover it. Again, we can go back through the level and then take the chances and undo it with the glowing hourglass. But right now, we've got to get some kind of HP going. Or 9 lives. Might be here. Okay, so we got positive luck now. So maybe Gimpy will help us out. Oh boy, this should be fun. We're going to be banking on Purgatory and, more importantly, Empty Vessel here. Obviously, Purgatory can't do anything about the Chub Vis mobs, but Purgatory can do something about is the projectiles. Got hit at the last second. We're on 1 HP right now, I believe. This does give us shot speed and range. Okay, so I think we're still, with our movement speed, I think we're still going to take a hit. So I'm not going to undo that because I want to see what's inside the curse room and also the mob trap room. So that's something that we undo. And then we can go in the curse room and hopefully Gimpy pays out somehow. Again, with the left hand, you gotta go for it. The potential is too great there. So I believe we are on 1 HP right now. Possibly 2. I've lost count at this point. Did I try it over here? I think I did. Oh boy. Yeah, we're on 1 HP here, so this is rough, y'all. This is a rough one. Now Gluttony can be a total bro for us and drop less than 3. There's usually a tinted rock in this room, but of course this time there's not. An arrow walk and chariot. Okay, so that will at least save us from death. A Guppy's Tail, listen up. You actually have a chance to do something incredible for us. First card. But if I even smell the possibility of us getting hit, I've got to rip the chariot card. We've got the glowing hourglass, which is not going to help us at this point because obviously 1 hit and we're dead. Now we have a little bit of leeway with that hybrid heart, so that helps us out a whole lot. And there's just another dead end we're going to, because that's just how we roll. So this is the one time that Guppy's Tail can really come in clutch for us. This is the Guppy's Tail redemption arc after last week's disaster of a run. So Guppy's Tail combined with the left hand, which if you didn't know what the left hand does, it will always give you red chests whenever a chest spawns. And with Guppy's Tail, spawning chests hopefully on a regular basis gives us a pretty good chance to get some soul hearts. The empty vessel kicking in there. Or tax spiders is not what we need. Nice hit by Purgatory there. So obviously the clown physics room, you got to be careful in here. That's what we want to see right there. 2 soul hearts. And that's the kind of stuff that we need to really save us. I think we go world card, hermit card. Get an eternal heart, so that's going to give us more HP to work with. It is going to destroy our ability to have pull rate invincibility, though. We get past Mom's heart without any issue. This is a non-issue of a devil deal. All right, we're starting to claw our way back here. It's not over yet. So I'm gonna attempt to save the hermit card and the world card. Or what we could do is we could use the world card and then undo it after we take a snapshot in our mind to figure out where Isaac is. But that puts us down to 2 charges against Isaac. It feels like the right way, though. Great block by Slip Rib there. Now, this still feels like the correct way, so I'm going to let it roll. Look at that. We go straight to Isaac, so we don't even have to do that strat. Then what we can do is we can use the Hermit card and see if we can get taken straight to Blue Baby after using the World card. Purgatory's not in a great spot for us until we can get slowing there with Volatar. Great block by Slip Rib again. Gotta be careful when Purgatory releases. Those other projectiles, like, they make sure they get flung out. We get our Soul Heart back, so I'm not gonna undo that. And we're on the home stretch here. We're making big time plays, but it's been a challenge. Final Devil Deal items: the Pentagram and Sack Dagger. I'm gonna go with Pentagram because it's gonna raise the amount of damage that we do with our flies, and we get Leviathan. I'm not gonna even worry about Sack Dagger. Use the World card, and we only have 1 place to go. So as long as the Hermit card doesn't take us backwards, we should be good to use it. And I didn't get the Hybrid Heart. Try that again. Is this seated? Sure is. All right. Binding of Isaac, everybody. Literally could have gone in any direction other than the direction we went, and would have been great. But you know, again, this game does listen to you. I've proven it time and time again. And this time around, the game has manifested a Hermit card that takes us literally nowhere. Now, before you say, hang on a second, buddy, hang on 1 minute. If you use a Hermit card and you don't end up going anywhere, it's because you don't have a shop. Oh, ho, ho. Now, here's the thing, Cletus. We've had plenty of Hermit cards go in the direction that we needed to go. This is literally the game just being a jerk. The game is salty that we're going to end up most likely getting the dub here. Fine. We end up getting Adrenaline. Whoa. 2. Why did those dangles spawn in such a close proximity to Brownie? That's weird. I don't know if we killed the other dangle. I'm going to assume we did. Go through another 2x2 room here. Yeah, with Empty Vessel, we have a shield that lasts a very good amount. Long enough for us to get in and deal close range damage to adversary. We stopped adversary before he did anything. And of course, we still get a red chest. Despite us not having the left hand anymore. So there's Empty Vessel again. I wouldn't honestly mind getting a Red Heart upgrade, but we don't need one at this point. Rocket in a Jar does give us the ability to fire bombs as projectiles, and especially with us having fast bombs, that's going to allow us to shoot pretty quickly. So we can get some pretty amazing DPS. Well, I don't know about amazing, but we get some pretty good DPS on Blue Baby right at the start of the fight by just unloading the full salvo into it before he even does anything. And then we just got Host Hat, which means that we don't have to worry about hitting ourselves with Rocket in a Jar. So I think we are going to get the dub here, but it was not for the faint of heart. This one was a mission, as the Aussies say. It was quite the mission. So, but I'll take it. I will take it. Let's unload all of our bombs. I don't care about taking damage here. Look how much damage we were able to deal. And Blue Baby's already dead. Already dead, so, man. I gotta say, Guppy's Tale definitely helped us out. I don't think it's a redemption arc, but it definitely was a good strategy to hold on to the left hand there. And who knows what this run would have looked like Esau Jr. But thank you for watching, everyone. Your question of the episode today is going to be, would you have used Esau Jr. or would you have stuck with the plan that we did here and ultimately got the W? Post them in the comments down below. Have a great start to your week, everyone. And again, one final time, I really do appreciate the support. I hope you all have a great start to the brand new week here in the Mosh Pit. As always, I will see you all next time. Until then, so long, everybody. Thanks for watching this video. Thanks to patrons of mine like Lamp, Taz Bryant, and G. Ben Gaijin. If you'd like to have your name read at the end of an Isaac episode, check out my Patreon campaign, which you can find over at patreon.com/Sinvicta.